I was just sitting here and thinking, like, all the good things of not having development versus having development. They're putting a new three barriers up here, Healy, and the locals seem to like it, but the locals who seem to like it all uh, look like trash. You know what I mean? So it's just trash that wants trash. I'm not really someone who wants to partake in an excess amount of trash where I live. You know, all those people could easily just have some sort of a goal and a plan for uh, doing something else. And it's true that there isn't a lot of options here for food and stuff, but that's why it's nice to get away from all of that. Um, and just in one of those moments where the people with land around here, no one wants to engage. We made some phone calls today. No one wants to talk to a woman. No one wants to deal with a woman. I mean, I don't want to be a jerk, but I don't want to deal with a woman. If I'm leasing land or if I'm renting land, if I'm doing some sort of a partnership, and we come and we work on the land to do our lumberjack show, I don't want to deal with a woman because there's too many problems. I'm a guy. I want to deal with. If I'm leasing the land, we lease the land. That's it. And we deal with a woman. That's fine. But we don't do negotiations. We don't do talks. I don't want someone there while I'm doing. You know what I mean? I know. We're doing our thing. That's it. I don't need a motherly type or sisterly type. I don't need a woman trying to hook up with me. I don't want anything. We want very simple. It sounds bad, but you know, like some of these people, McKinley Filet, Tonglen Lake Lodge, you know, women. No, I don't want to deal with them. Uh, I don't want to deal with their staff who are women. I don't want to deal with any of it. Those people should be serving coffee or doing their thing. That's fine. But those businesses and those jobs and everything like that is independent and totally separate from what we're doing. We have a task. We have a location. That's why, like, really, like, I would rather just try to start a gym here and get the equipment and do that, and lease some land for that, than fuck with this other shit too much because, like, that's the first thing. Like, without that here, and sure, you can be in great shape. You can run around like a moron and do tons of pull-ups and stuff. But there's a point where um, to more intelligently develop, you need to do other things. You need to be able to, progress not just in repetitions and the amounts of times you do things and how far you run or how many sets you do. You need to be able to lift more weight or those sorts of things. So it'd be nice to have like a nice gym here. I don't think that culture is strong here, but it probably is. It's just not uh, as much. It's just costs money for equipment and stuff. So, and like there's just too much. The other side of it is there's just too much excess. You go to like Fairbanks or like Anchorage, there's just too much. There's too much consumerism. There's too many gyms. There's too many coffee places. Like there's not one good. There's not a good coffee place here. And you talk about like the hotels and the princess and stuff. They have too many not retards, but they have too many people walking around with the radios, and there's just too much bullshit. Uh, they're overstaffed, they're not productive, and for us, I look at like some of those lumberjack shows I see in the states, and like we just want a space, we want to have a gym, an axe throw, a lumberjack thing. I just really, for me, it really bothers me that I can't get this going in Juneau because I feel like the music and the art angle of it all in Juneau, that would work. Up here, I feel like this is too much. It's just angering me. You know what I mean? It's the moment where it's angering me, and I don't feel like I'm going to be able to hit it at the right angle for the creative and the artistic space. You need a little bit of that real, the Fairbanks, the Anchorage, the Juneau, the year-round community, the locals, to be able to hit that artistic angle right as a music artist, as a writer or something. You might be able to write something nice up here, but uh, I don't know. I'm in the moment where the people who are up here and working, whether they like me or whether they don't like me, the point is they're just like slaves in the system and they're not going anywhere. You're working at a gas station, you're working at a restaurant, you're doing this or that, but you're at the mercy of the other people. So like it's all about people's skills and appeasing them. What we're trying to do is to position ourselves in terms of a land lease relationship deal in the front where we're not in that sort of a vulnerable situation. So like if I lease the land from you for my show, I'm just going to be doing my thing. It's independent of you. We don't want to have people problems between us and you. All we do is pay you for the space, and we don't interact. You know, uh, so that way, if we have our team and our staff, we can work on managing them separate than you whatever you're doing up here. You know, and I've always been able to be up here and coexist and have no real issues, but uh, I just think it's almost like a Fern Gully moment. Though you look over where Three Bears and they cleared off all that land, and it just looks awful. You know what I mean? I don't care if the locals run a grocery store. The locals are all, they should fast for 48 hours and then go into Fairbanks. That's what I was just doing today. It's just like, these people, the people who said that, they all look like they're eating too much food. They don't need it. You know, uh, do I need to be doing this business thing? I don't know. Do I need to be? I don't want to play politics with every immigrant and foreigner who's over here working for the summer. And and taking our American jobs. You know what I mean? I don't want it. I don't want to do that. I want to do my show. And that's the other thing. Like Princess and McKinley, they're fine. I like them. They're nice people. But all those people are employing those people from out of the country. Year after year up here, and uh, it just strikes me as those are American jobs, and it's just like the whole thing. It's also fake. All those hotels close in the winter, they're all gone. Am I fake for trying to do our thing here? I don't think so. I've been up here enough. Uh, if someone was just going to cut us a deal and let us do it, that'd be fine. But like, it bothers me that there's not a gym and the equipment up here. And in the past, when I was up here, I relished and enjoyed the fact that there wasn't too much of development. I don't want too much development. I just want the gym and those things, because you can run around like an idiot and do pull-ups and push-ups. You're blue in the face, but that is not. There is a point where that is not sustainable. A, and then number B, that's not something that can integrate well with a lot of other people's lifestyles when they're working in a 9 to 5, or they're working where they're having their designated time where they're doing their job, and they're taking a shower and they're at work. If you're like in the military or something, you can keep doing those circuits all day long if you're just like a CrossFit person. But 90% of the population has to integrate with society in a more effective way. They can't be running around in a bikini if they're a chick, or running around all day long in shorts and shirtless just because of gap, you know what I mean, doing all your circuits and stuff. So it's problematic when you approach it in that sort of training, uh, that it doesn't integrate or mesh at the end of the summer season with other people's lifestyles. Like if you had a girlfriend, you left, or that kind of thing. Where you go, you can't keep doing that. So it's good to be able to integrate like a bodybuilding type program where there's actually progression and that sort of thing. Uh, and a lot of that CrossFit stuff, I think, is just too many injuries. Too many injuries with the weird shit that they're doing. So I don't know. It's the moment for me where I look at all the locations. I like Juneau. I like the gyms in Juneau. I like the road though. I don't. You know. We made some calls. Someone might give us a deal, but I don't want to be in Fairbanks. Too much of that gym shit's no good. I just wish I kind of wish I was in Juneau. It's the truth. Juneau or Skagway. Uh, the land is too much expensive there, and I just like to take a shower though. You know what I mean? I like to be like presentable. I don't like to have sort of a sticker on myself that I'm part of trash. And I think you really see that. You can see that difference very clear when you go through Fairbanks and stuff. And there's just all the people that have given up, and they're not even presenting themselves the right way. Just a lot of the Native Americans who are in there, and the poverty issues and stuff like that. It makes a difference. And uh, yeah, it's not all money either. How much effort does it take to go to the gym, work out, and take a shower and stuff? But I just worry about too much sun. Uh, doing this sort of thing once a day, having some sort of a gym. I just don't want to. Years ago, it's funny because years ago, when I was in Alaska, I thought about opening a gym because I was going to the Alaska Club. I was in Willow and I was going to the Alaska Club. Now, one year I had like a couple months of a membership there, and I was working out. I was doing circuits and stuff, not doing anything too sophisticated, but I was getting in good shape doing that. And I remember going into the Alaska Club that year so much from like I was like someone should just build a gym with weights and stuff up in Willow, and it would do well. Is what I thought. And I still think the same thing. I don't know if there's one in the school in Talkeetna. I kind of want to just drive down to Talkeetna, but I just, it's not a productive path, I think, for me to get in the mindset and the path of just doing these endless circuits and stuff and running tons. But I kind of want to do it some. I'm like, what's where's that balance point? If you're just in the gym and doing weight stuff and you can't run and stuff, you're not, that's not fitness. On the other hand, if you can't, I don't know. I just, I don't want to, it's just a moment where, uh, I like that, I had a good routine in Juno. Juno was going well for me.